If you look at NASDAQ, it broke into a new high. Dow and S&P 500 actually are doing pretty well. But what's going on with Bitcoin then? Why is Bitcoin not following? Well, there's a few things that's happening right now. First of all, liquidations are getting sky high once again. If you look at this, yesterday and including today, for longs, we probably have a little bit over 300 million longs liquidated. Okay, there are still way too many people playing too risky with their portfolio, and there are a lot of people getting wrecked right now with their extreme long positions. Now, we do have a lot of shorts out there. And if we do get a little push upwards, we will get the same thing. But having longs liquidated, never a good thing. Okay, over 300 million. And I saw this article too. Even Doge bulls see 60 million liquidations, the biggest loss since 2021, right? So partly the reason why alts are not doing so well is because there are a lot of longs getting liquidated right now. I mean, this is the biggest liquidation for Doge. I mean, you can imagine who's leveraging Doge right now. Well, apparently a lot, because 60 million were just liquidated. So I do think some of this is, some of the alt weakness, not entirely, but some of it is due to that. We do have Wall Street that's also selling off. Yesterday, we had another outflow, about $146 million. Now, in total, of course, the net outflow is still vastly smaller than the inflow, right? The ETFs in the US still hold about 873,000 Bitcoin. So this is not like a massive dump by any means. We're talking about tens of billions of dollars, close to $100 billion worth of Bitcoin still being held by ETFs. But we are seeing more from Wall Street that are selling off Bitcoin. So that is one of the reasons why Bitcoin is a little bit weaker right now. In fact, if you look at in total, 726 million has been sold since last week's FOMC meeting. That's just within 1 week's time frame. Okay, so there are people on Wall Street right now that are selling off Bitcoin ETFs a little bit. Again, 726 million is a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, how much is in all the ETFs, still very little. But they are selling ever since we got some, I guess, supposed bad news from Powell saying that we're only going to get one rate cut instead of two. So this also, I think, is contributing to some of the sell-off we're seeing right now, right? Obviously, liquidations. We have Wall Street selling off. There's indications that some miners are capitulating because they really can't withstand the high hash rate, the high difficulty, and the double the cost, the increased costs, which have doubled. So there are some miners also selling off. Okay, so that's kind of everything. There's no one thing. I know a lot of people are looking for answers like, tell me the one reason why the market is weak right now, or the one reason why alts are so weak right now. There's no one reason. There's several reasons. It's kind of ongoing right now, right? But here's the thing. With all that said, have we seen this before? Have we gone through difficult times before? I think most of you guys know the answer to this, and the answer is yes. Many, many, many times. Like I started in the show, when in doubt, zoom out. And if you zoom out, you realize we have been through many, many, many of these occurrences just within the last 3 months. Okay, we're not even talking about the last cycle, just the last 3 months. Since March till now, we have seen many, 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 many dips due to fearful market news, due to liquidations, due to whales manipulating the market, due to Wall Street selling off. We have seen this many, many, many times. But of course, every time we go through it, it kind of sucks. But ultimately, why we're all in Bitcoin and crypto is because we know that this is temporary. Okay? This is temporary. This is simply a roadblock, and we will get past this. Okay? And this is proof. This is proof, not just going back 3 months, but going back 9 years. Okay? When it comes to Bitcoin, when it comes to crypto, the longer you hold, the more money you make. Because despite all the volatility, despite even prolonged crypto winters, Bitcoin picks itself back up and continues forward, right? Just like if you picked up 1,000 Bitcoin 9 years ago, it'll be worth $289,000. Now, a lot of that is due to inflation. Inflation has made everything more expensive, but a lot of that is just Bitcoin appreciating and outperforming everything. Even 5 years ago, 1,000 Bitcoin 5 years ago is now worth $8,100. Even 1 year ago, 1,000 Bitcoin is now worth $2,500. Okay, think about that. That's even 1 year ago. You would have more than doubled your money already. So that's the thing. This is what you need to realize. When in doubt, zoom out. Nothing outperforms Bitcoin. It's the greatest asset to hold. And short term, yeah, we may have some volatility, but long term, it's nothing but gains. And every time the market sentiment does seem to shift towards bad or negative, or it's really FUD-ish out there, right? Every time people, or maybe some bears out there, will say, I didn't even check Peter Schiff, but he probably put out a nasty tweet. Every time some Bitcoin bear says, it's over, we're going lower, the run is over, the bear market is here, and the bull market is done, right? Every single time, somehow, again, when in doubt and you zoom out, you realize we've just been making higher lows and higher lows and higher lows and higher lows, and we're actually making higher highs and higher highs and higher highs as well, right? So again, got to change your perception a little bit, realizing that, hey, we have gone up a lot, very fast. Now short-term volatility is here. We may be going sideways for a while, but it's perfectly normal in every single cycle. If you want to comment on anything I've said in this video, make sure you head over to the Roundtable. The Roundtable is a new social media platform created for conversations. And best of all, it's spam-free, bot-free, unlike here on YouTube. And you could have conversations with me and others like Altcoin Daily, Scott Melker, Mauro Nafal, and many others are joining daily. And you also get rewarded in tokens for doing so. So check out the new Roundtable. Click the link in the description below.